gamers, welcome back to the Board Game Co channel, and today we have a playthrough of River Valley Jewelcraft. Hey there gamers, it's Professor Mag here, and welcome back to the Board Game Co channel. Today we have something a little bit different for me. We have a solo playthrough of River Valley Jewelcraft. Now, this is by AllPlay, our channel sponsor, and it's part of a current crowdfunding campaign, so you can check out the link down below for everything that they have planned. Not only is there River Valley Jewelcraft, but there's also another game called Some Assembly Required that you're able to check out as well. And if you'd like to see exactly how both of those games play at a two-player player count, you're able to see that on the channel, so you can find that as well if you are interested. Now, today we are going to be doing a solo playthrough of River Valley Jewelcraft. Now, another thing to note is this is a prototype copy in front of me, especially the solo mode. This is something that is added here for us to follow for the different steps on our turn. But overall, this is going to be a game where we are attempting to collect gems. We are going to be going through our different mines, and we are going to be excavating out these different gem types to then hopefully craft them into jewelry that is going to earn us points toward the end of the game. So with that, we did a little bit of solo setup where there are certain terrain tiles for the different rock types that there are only some that are in play because of the solo player mode, so that way you kind of have an end game clock of when things are going to run out, because we are going to have 9 rounds to accomplish as many points as possible. The points are basically going to translate as gems for us for the solo scoring mode, and hopefully with some achievements we are able to accomplish quite a few gems. So with that, we are just going to dive right into River Valley Jewelcraft. Now, before we get started, I will just show you, and again, this is prototype, so it is just a printed out piece of paper, but this is our current solo setup, the rules that we are working with, and then the scoring that we are trying to do. So depending on what our victory points are at the end of the game, we'll have a certain number of crystals, and then we'll be able to add crystals for other achievements that we are able to accomplish as well. So hopefully we are going to be able to do that. So taking a look here, we are playing with the advanced side of the underground exports. This is the character that I chose for us to play as, and on the advanced side we have some special abilities. So when we activate, we will move either down to the right or diagonally, and then we're able to choose one. We're able to either dig on our space where a gem is, we're able to clear rubble if that is the spot that we're on, and the other thing that we're able to do instead is collect up to 2 gems from the current soil group. So once we're able to start connecting the rock groups together, for example, if it was all dark red over here, no matter where we are in that spot, we would be able to collect up to 2 gems from that group. So that's something that's going to be very interesting. And then finally, when we exit the board, we are able to dig any space in our largest soil group. So we'll find whatever our largest is at that time, dig any one space, and then start back up at the start. Now, I am going to have us just dive right into it and explain everything as we are going, but just know that we are attempting to gain as many gems as possible for each of the different gem types to then be able to craft them into pieces of jewelry. So, for example, you can see that this ring here costs 6 of the pink diamonds, so we need 6 of them to be able to craft that particular piece of jewelry. And during crafting, there are some restrictions with how much we are able to craft each round, and the other thing that's important to know is that we are limited to 12 of each gem type. So if there is an instance where we would gain gems, but we are already at max, unfortunately we are not able to gain more. So we do have 9 rounds to accomplish this solo mode. So we are going to start off with our first round where we will roll these dice and then choose one. Now, these are both 2s, but they are going to be either rows or columns depending on the color that we choose. But another thing that's very important during the solo mode is that whatever die we don't choose is going to clear that particular market, where the silver will be for the fine jewelry and the gold will be for the artisan jewelry. And where I really do like this ring, I am very tempted for us to try to save it. You know, for now we'll choose gold and clear the fine jewelry row. So we are going to choose gold, and that is going to allow us to excavate across here, meaning that we're going to gain 1 red as well as 1 pink. So now we have 1 and 1 of those gem types. Don't worry, it's going to ramp up pretty quickly for us. But so that is going to happen, and then we're going to clear the jewelry cards. So because we did not choose this silver die, these are going to go to the bottom of this deck, and then 3 new cards are going to come out. So as you can see, where we kind of want to see if we're able to accomplish this card in a few turns, you have sometimes you may not want to clear certain areas. At other times for the solo mode, it provides you a lot of flexibility, because then you're going through a lot of cards that if you're not able to accomplish certain ones, maybe cheaper ones will come out for you. So we cleared the jewelry cards, and now we are going to work, and we're able to work twice for the solo mode. So that's when we're going to go through and do this excavate. So we're going to move and then dig or clear. So I think in this instance, I will have us move down and dig in this red, which will gain us a red. And then for our second activation, we'll move over to this spot here and clear this rubble. So this is going to allow us to place our rock tiles out in different areas once we clear these out of the way. But we're also going to gain what's on here, and this is great for us. All of the other ones are only going to have 1 gem type on them, but this is actually one of these 3, which are the more common ones, but that's okay. We will take it. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and that is now the current amount of gems that we have. We have this rubble here unlocked. And now we're going to go on to excavate again. So we're going to excavate, but we're going to do it with the die that we currently chose. So we will roll this, and now we got a 1 instead. So we're going to gain a blue as well as a green. So we really have a bunch of different gem types, but a lot of these are going to cost all of the same type. So as you can see here, we want 5 blue and 3 green. Here they're a little bit diversified, where we want 5 red, 2 green, and a white. Unfortunately, we don't have white at all yet, so we don't really have anything up here that we are able to craft, but this is currently the phase when we would do so if we had gems we wanted to spend. I think for our first turn, we're going to hold on to our gems. We do have this jewelry here as well that we are able to build, because at the end of the game, you're going to score 4 points for each set of the watches as well as the necklaces and the rings. So if you have 1 of each, you'll get 4 points, which is why you may want to build these. And as I said, once you cap at 12, you can't gain any more anyway, so you may choose to spend some to gain these pieces. And then finally, there are going to be some pieces in the fine and artisan jewelry that's actually endgame scoring. So that's going to be this little tiara symbol here. And this one, for example, is score 2 points for each of your timepieces. So for each of these, you'll score 2 points at the end of the game, which is why you may choose to build these if you have a lot of red. But with that, I'm not going to have us craft at all. I'm going to have us hold on to our gems. In fact, we actually can't afford anything even these right now, so we are just going to hold on to that. And now we are going to explore. So when you explore, you're going to take one of these tiles here, place it out into your mine, and it's going to provide you that rock type. So at the end of the game, you're going to score 2 points for your largest continuous rock type, and then you're going to score 1 point for your second largest group. So you're also going to either gain or spend gems at the bottom depending on the one that you take. So I'm going to have us choose to take this one here, which is going to be a double, which is going to be pretty useful for us, hopefully. And knowing how we move and interact with the board, I am going to place this here for us so that we're able to get that on our next turn. And hopefully we'll roll either a gold 3 or a silver 2 as well and get some more of those pink gems. So we are going to get that. We're going to gain a green from over here. And then finally, because this is the solo mode, this last one is also going to get dropped off. So that one's going to be removed. These are all going to slide down. And then 2 new tiles are going to be placed out here for the next round. So these are actually going to run out on that 9th round. So this is a nice little clock for us as well to know when to expect the end of the game. And you're able to track how many rounds have passed. So with that, we're now just going to go on to round 2 and see what we are able to do. Pretty soon we're going to be crafting some jewelry. Now I did say we wanted a gold 3, but honestly the gold 2 is not bad for us either. And again, if we choose gold, our artisan jewelry is going to stick around. So let's see how long we can push this envelope. And we will choose to take the gold one, meaning that the silver is what is going to cycle for the fine jewelry again. So we'll put these down here. We're going to place out 3 new cards. Again, these are all pretty expensive, so we'll see what we're able to do, but pretty soon we're going to have a lot on our board that we will be activating as we roll. So with that too, we are going to gain a red as well as the pink. There's nothing under us yet, unfortunately, but now we're able to place a tile down in that area as well. But we are now going to move on to our working. So first we will move down and work once to take this, and then we will also... Actually, I'm going to have us use our ability. Earlier we weren't able to do it because there was only one spot anyway, but we now have this current rock type group of 2 red. So we are able to do our second ability instead, which is collect up to 2 gems from the current soil group. So we'll gain a red as well for that. And honestly, I was going to have us clear this rubble here, but I wonder if I should have us move again and take both of those again before we leave this area. I do think we should. So we will move this way now instead, and we will do the same thing to collect 1 and 1 of each of those. So finally, we're going to excavate again and roll this die and see how many gems we're able to acquire. So we got that red 2 again, meaning that we're going to gain 1 of these as well as 1 of these. So now we have quite a few gems. Wow. So we do have a choice, because next round we would be able to afford this for 6, which is 10 points, but we are also able to afford this one now. I do think the 10 points one is much more worth it. So let's see what else we're able to build. Oh goodness, we're not really able to build any of these yet either. So perhaps we should do it. Perhaps we should. So I will have us choose to craft this piece here. It's going to cost us 1, 2, 3 of this, and then 7 of the red. So that's going to be all of our red. But now we're going to score 2 points for our timepieces at the end of the game, meaning that we want to make sure that we are working toward those now. So I'll put this over here for us to have. This is our rubble that we cleared, and that is going to be our turn besides exploring again. So now we are going to explore. I'm keeping in mind that we don't have any red available. We will have a new card come out at the end of the round, but we are going to want to choose something that expands this, but unfortunately we did not clear this rubble, which is quite unfortunate for us. I think our best bet is going to be to take this one here. We're going to gain a blue. This one is going to be discarded because of the solo rules. Place out 2 new ones here. And then finally, I'm going to place this here and see how that goes for us. So anything with this arrow, when it's activated, not only are we going to gain this red, but it will activate the one above it. So if we were to perhaps roll a 4 with the silver, we would be able to gain a pink, a blue, a second blue because of this arrow, the red as well as the white. So that's how that would work. But that is our explore action, and now we're going to move on to round 3. Now, this may be the round that I choose to let the artisan jewelry cycle. I might let it. Oh, goodness. We actually don't even have to worry about it. So we haven't seen this symbol roll yet, but this is actually the pickaxe symbol, and I rolled it on both dice, which is crazy. So when I roll it, I'm able to choose either the row or column that the worker is on, and that's what would be activated. But when it's rolled for the solo mode, for the die that is left behind, all of the markets will just stay as is. So I actually don't even have to worry about it or think about it, because these are all going to stay. So I think I'm going to have us choose gold just for the sake of choosing the gold die, even though that's really not going to change anything until our next roll. So now let's see what we would want to take, but I'm going to have us take this here. So it's going to be a blue and a blue, so 2 of those, as well as a pink and a red. So we are ramping up on our pinks again already, and that is going to be our excavate. So we are not going to clear any jewelry cards, meaning that we're going on to straight to work. So I will have us first go down to here to break this open and take it. That is going to be another pink for us, so he moved down to here. And then after that, I think my best bet is going to be to come over here, because I'm actually going to activate the soil group. So we're going to... So it is collecting the gems from the soil group. So I could collect 2 red. or I could dig the space to take a red and a blue. I think 2 red is going to be better right now for what we currently have. So we will go here and use our collect up to 2 gems from the current soil group and collect 2 red there. So now this is where we're going to end up and excavate that one final time. So let's see what we're able to roll. We got the 3, which is the row that we love. So we're going to get 2 blue, we're going to get the red, and we're going to get the pink. So now let's see, we are again 1 away from being able to purchase this. So should we try to respect it this time? I think we might, because we do score extra points for the watch ones, and this one is very intriguing to me. So this is going to cost us 2 red as well as 6 blue, so our blue will drop down to 1. But now that we have this card on our turn, we're able to spend a blue to gain a white. So we will do that as well to spend that right away for this turn. And something that I have not gone over yet is at the end of the game, you are going to get those 4 points for your sets, but you're also going to get the victory points for what's in this area as well. So we currently have 2 victory points for what we have for our cards, plus we have the 2 victory points because of the type that this is. And when you are crafting, you're able to spend up to 4 points crafting jewelry. So as you can see, these have 2, but the basic jewelry does only have 1, meaning that you're able to perhaps craft 4 of these, 2 of these among the fine or the artisan jewelry, or 1 of these and 2 of these if you're able to afford all of that. So that would be our max for what we're able to craft on a turn. But I don't think we are going to pay for anything else this turn. I think we're just going to wait and bide our time and hopefully be able to purchase this really nice ring next round. So with that, the market will fill, and then finally we are going to explore again. So we do know that we're coming in toward this area here, but let's see, we could also start making our start space better as well. So I think that may be what we choose to do. Oh, I do like this one, but it would even cost us to be able to do it. So we could wait a little bit and take this later. I think our best choice, oh my goodness, is going to be, I'm seeing how we can connect things. I feel like we need to start going for the dark red. So I'm going to have us choose to take this one. We will gain a green for taking that. And then I want to leave that spot open, so I think I'm going to place this here like so. So we'll place that out there, and then we will erase this out here and then slide all of these down. So we are now another round closer to hopefully being able to craft all of the jewelry of our dreams. So with that, we will start off the next round with rolling and choosing from these again. But as you can see now, we have certain abilities like this on your turn ability. So we're getting better and better. Oh goodness, I just bumped this. I think it was on 3, but it might have been on 2. We'll say it's on 2 just to be safe. So now with our 2 choices, again, if we want to keep artisan, we have to choose gold. I'm not mad at choosing gold. Silver would be better for us. Silver would arguably be better, but if we do, it's gone. So we can't. So we are going to choose gold. So we're going to get 2 red plus the 1 white. And then we're going to cycle these through. So these are going to go away. We will get 3 new pieces of fine jewelry out here. All right, looks like we got some endgame scoring ones here for us. But with that, we are now going to work. So with this guy here, we are going to go down 1 and we will take a white gem. And then we will additionally, unfortunately, I should have placed something up here, but I didn't want to take up that spot yet. I didn't want to block it off with this, which is part of the tricky puzzle of what is going to immediately benefit you because you're going to be activating certain spaces versus what you want for endgame scoring for where you're placing out these tiles. But I am going to have us exit So when we do exit, we get to dig any space on our largest soil group. So this is our current largest soil group. We can dig any space. So I'm going to, oh, we can actually take the pink. So I will have us take that. So now we definitely have that for during the crafting phase. And then we are going to return to start. And unfortunately on that space, we're not really able to do anything in this current spot. So we need to make sure we place something in there before we exit this mine again. So that's going to be our work, and then we're going to get to excavate again. So we got a 5 again, so that's going to be 2 red as well as a white. I was hoping we would gain a blue to gain another white, but we honestly don't really need it anyway right now, so that is all going to happen. And now finally we are going to be able to craft the thing we've been thinking about this entire time. We are going to craft this ring. That's going to cost us 6 of the pink, so this is going to go down to 0. And now we are only 1 piece away from having a full set. Now we just need a necklace. So taking a look here, we have white, green, and red, but unfortunately we don't have enough red for this quite yet, and we're just a little shy from this ring as well. I do wish we could afford this ring. That would have been pretty cool, but unfortunately we are not able to quite yet. So yeah, with that, I think that is everything that we're going to make. If we wanted to, we could choose to make another watch right now with the red that we have, but 6 isn't too many, so I am just going to have us choose to hold on to our gems for the next round. And now finally we are going to get to explore again. So expanding these different rock groups is going to be in our best interest. I think what we should do, I'm going to take this one here, so we're going to gain a red for it, and I'm going to place it here. So this one is going to activate both of those when it's activated, so even if we roll this 4 here, that's pretty great. And then this symbol here means that when it's dug in, when it's activated by your worker, you're able to do it twice. So if you're activating the row or column, you would only gain 1 blue, but when you have your worker, you're able to gain 2 blue instead. Okay, so this is going to cycle through for us. These will slide down. 2 new ones are going to come out. Ooh, there's an all red one. That's pretty great. And then we're going to have another card fill over here. So we do have something come out, but we do, again, have a lot of red, white, and green to spend. This would be great for us if it's still here when we're crafting. So now we're going to go on to the next round. This is now our 5th round. We're kind of in the middle. We're halfway through. So let's see what we are able to do. So we did get that gold 5, but we do also have this 2, which is amazing for us. So I think this is what we should take. Unfortunately, the artisan jewelry is going to cycle, but there's nothing that could have been done for that. This is great for us. So we're going to gain 2 green. We're going to gain a pink. This will activate, gaining us a pink as well as a red. And then finally, this will gain us a red as well. So that's pretty great, but all of this is going to cycle on us, including that ring. But I'm sure beautiful things are also going to come out over here. And again, we want a necklace. That would be great for us to snag one. See, here's another ring for us. So we don't have to worry too much. But yeah, there are currently actually no necklaces available besides this one, which you're always able to craft. So I think maybe getting some of these endgame scoring cards could be a good idea for us to then cycle through some of the cards as well. So that was clearing the jewelry cards. So now we're going to be able to work with this guy. So when we are working, we are going to collect up to 2 gems from his current soil group. I think that's what we're going to have him do, because I'm going to have him move down. See, I'm wondering if I should move him toward this rubble or this rubble. And I think clearing this one is going to be better for us for building out our map. So I'm actually going to have him move diagonal, and then I'm going to be able to take a red, a gem from the red group. So I think that our best bet is going to be to have us, oh my goodness, I'm going to take the pink. And then I think, honestly, we will have him go diagonally and do that again. So again, this is his special ability, collect up to 2 gems. Oh, up to 2 gems. So sorry. So we will take a pink and a red. No, we'll take a pink and the 2 green. And then, yeah, I think we should do that again. We'll take another pink as well as the 2 green. that's pretty great for us, but unfortunately we are going to be leaving this soil group in just a moment. So that was our working, and now we're going to get to excavate again. So we will roll this, and we got a 1 this time. So that's going to be all of the base colors. We're going to do 1, 1, and we would gain a blue, but finally we get to do our ability again, so we will spend that blue right away to gain ourselves another white. And now we are on to crafting. We do have 5 white as well as 4 pink, and those are the ones that are more difficult to get. But again, I wanted to look at some of the endgame scoring. So this is one that would cost 1 of everything, meaning that that blue that we spent we would have needed. But it's find the gem you have the least of and score 1 victory point for each of that gem that you have. So at the end of the game, you are going to score in that same way anyway, but this is basically doubling that scoring for you. Whereas this one is a score 1 for each rubble removed from your mine. Well, that may be pretty good for us. We've already removed 2, and we can't afford to build that. This one's going to be score 2 points for each of your endgame scoring cards. So again, that one is also pretty good for us, but we don't have the 4 blue to pay for that. And then finally, this one is for each complete set of the 3 different types of things, you would score an additional 2 points. But again, that's going to cost us blue that we don't currently have. So I think that I may have us choose to build both of these because we can afford it. So first we will take this. We're going to pay the 1 white as well as the 8 red. So we're down to only 2 red, but now we have some of that endgame scoring where we're incentivized to clear even more of that rubble. And I do have my eyes out for this card next turn, but we need to build a lot more blue out. But I'm also going to have us build this card here because we do have quite a lot of green as well. So we're going to spend our green down to 6, and then as well as 2 of our pinks, and now we have this as well, meaning that we really need to start working toward our set collection, and we also have additional scoring for our timepieces, so we really need to start working toward those couple of things. It's going to snag us some points at the end of the game. So that was our crafting. We'll have 2 new cards come out over here, and then we are going to take one of these tiles. So this double red is great for us. It is great for us, and it would allow us to expand this area and do that same ability again, but we do want to clear this rubble. So is that necessarily something that we need right now? I don't think it's something that we need immediately. So I think I'm going to have us take this one instead, which is going to gain us that blue that we love to see. This will come over here, these will all slide down, and 2 new ones are going to come out. And then I'm going to place this over here to hopefully connect our red in the future, because having something here is going to be good as well. We are getting rid of our pink spot, but I think that's okay. I think we can make do with that now that we have purchased quite a few things. So that is going to be our explore, and now we are back to the top of the round where we are rolling and choosing our dice again. So we're going to take our 2 dice and roll and see. Now we have a 4 or we have a 2. Both of those are pretty good for us, so let's take a look at what we do and don't want. We do want this to stay, so I think we're going to choose to take the gold too, because this endgame scoring card is going to be really good for us. So, and this was a necklace that came out, unfortunately, but, you know, that's fine. We can have it. Hopefully more necklaces will come from the fine jewelry. So we're going to choose to take this one. So we're going to gain a red, 2 greens, as well as 2 reds and a blue. And then we will cycle these through in here, and then we're going to be able to work twice. So before we work, I think I'm gonna have us spend our blue, but honestly, maybe I should think about it and hold on to it. I'm not gonna do it yet. Let's not go crazy. So we are going to be able to work twice. And I do want to clear this rubble. I'm so tempted to use these spots down here, but we do want to clear this. So we will move 1 over and take a blue, unfortunately, because there isn't another in that soil type for us to take with our ability. And then we'll move here and clear this as well. So we are going to gain a white, so at least there's that. And now this is cleared, which is helping us with some of that endgame scoring as well. So we were able to do that, move through the map, and now we are going to roll again to gain some more gems. We got a 1, not great for us, but we will gain a blue and a green. And now finally we are going to craft, but we do have that ability that we are able to create another white if we want to. Which I do think we should if we don't. Oh, but we have exactly 4 blue, and that is what we needed for this. Wow, we have, oh no, we are 1 red shy. We're 1 red shy. So we are just going to hold on to everything we need for this, and do something else instead. Yeah, I think that's our best bet, is to try to hold on to that. So unfortunately, no necklaces did come out for us, but this will be helpful for us. We don't want to spend the red though. Oh my goodness, this is a difficult decision because I do really want this card, but there's not really other things that are helpful for us. So I think I am going to choose to have us pay 3 to at least get one of these. All it's really going to help us for is set collection, or if we end up getting anything that references the rings for scoring, but at least we're not going to go over on our green if we thought we would have done so. So we're going to craft that and then move on to exploring and taking a tile, and we're definitely going to take this double red here. So we will take this one, and we're going to gain a red for that. And I'm going to have us place this right here so that we're able to activate that on the 1/1 spot when we land there. And we will cycle one of these through. So we are nearing the end, but not yet. Not quite yet, but we're getting close. But that was that round. Now, we have just 3 rounds left, so there's a lot that we're trying to keep in mind, but we're in pretty good shape with our mind. We have a lot of gems, we're gaining a lot, and that special ability is allowing us to gain even extra gems. So now we're going to see what we're able to do, but the main things that we're focused on is getting that endgame scoring card. That's really going to help us, creating any timepieces that we can, and then also making any necklaces, because that's now going to give us set collection. Alright, and to start the round, we're going to roll and see what we are able to take. So we do have 5 here, or 4, and 4 is amazing for us. So we do also want to save this, so that works out perfectly for us. So that's going to be the one to cycle. So for 4, we are going to take a green, we're going to take a pink as well as a red, we are going to take a blue, we're going to take a red as well as a blue, wow, and a red. So that was a fantastic roll for us. If we can do that again, it would be even better for us. But these are going to cycle through. We're going to get 3 new ones out. Perhaps some necklaces that we're going to be able to build. Oh, there is. And when we craft it, we're going to be able to collect a pink as well. So that came out, which is pretty exciting. But first and foremost, we are going to go on to working. So first, we are going to move down here and have him activate his ability to collect 2 red for us. And then after that, we are going to move off of the map and up here to the first spot where we will use our special ability to collect 2 pink. Now, when we exit, we can dig any space in our largest soil group, which is going to be this huge group here. And I think that our best bet is that we're going to take a pink again. So that is what we will do for both of our working, and now we're going to excavate one more time before we build some of that jewelry. So we're going to gain 2 reds as well as a white. This is an example where we're only able to gain 1 red, but that's perfectly okay, and we will gain a white here. And now to craft, we're going to snag this right away before it goes anywhere. So this is going to cost us 6 red. We'll move this down to the 6. We're going to pay 4 with our blue as well as 2 pink. Now we could convert a blue into a white if we feel that we need to, but remember that there's endgame scoring for your lowest gem type, so we may want to keep an eye on our blue now that we're getting toward the end of the game. So we did create that, and then we're able to make one other thing. So this one would cost us 10 blue. This is the one that is a necklace for us, but unfortunately we are 1 red shy of being able to craft that. So I think We could craft this one, which would be more endgame scoring for us. Oh, but unfortunately we are 1 blue short on that as well. So I think given the current circumstances, I am just going to have us hold on to our gems for the future round. Again, we do have scoring coming for it, so we don't have to worry too much. But again, to go through these, we have endgame scoring, endgame scoring, endgame scoring, and then here for our sets, we have 3 rings and only 1 watch. So we could create a watch for 4 red. Perhaps we should. Perhaps we should. That way we can focus on necklaces. I think I will have us do that before we move on to end the round. So I'm going to have us create this here for 4 red, but that would be the necklace. Okay, fine. We're going to hold on to it. We're going to hold on to our gems. Sorry, guys. All right, so now we're going to take one of these tiles here. This one is pretty good for us, so we're going to take this and gain a blue, which again is going to help us with having some blue left over at the end of the game. And then I think we're going to choose to place this in here like so. So we're going to make our red area even bigger, connecting this into it, our dark red. But we will place that in there. This is going to go over here. These are going to slide down and 2 new ones are going to come out. Now there are only 2 left here, showing you exactly how close you are to the end of the game, but that is going to be that round, meaning that we are going into our second to last round before the end of the game. So with that, we're going to fill this card here and then roll our dice and see what we are able to do. We definitely want necklaces. Now this could be our row or column, that's great, but honestly, I think that this may be better for us. So I think I am going to have us choose to take this, meaning that these are going to cycle. I do certainly hope a necklace comes out that we want. Oh, actually a necklace is not going to come out because this is the pickaxe. So actually having this be the pickaxe means that the market isn't going to refresh at all. So that's actually pretty great for us. So we're going to use this 2. We're going to gain 3 red, 1, 2, 3, as well as 2 green and 1 blue. So we're going to gain all of that, and then with that we'll move on to our work phase because we're not clearing any jewelry cards this round. So to work, the question is if we want to try to make it to the final piece of rubble, which I'm kind of tempted to do for our endgame scoring, but that does mean that we're kind of going to be stuck doing that, whereas we could come down this way. That might be better. I think coming down might be better because we are able to activate our ability within the red soil group. So the only time we're kind of going to get a dud action is going to be this blue one here. So first we will move down and then we will activate our special ability. And I wish that we had blue in this group, but we do not. So I'm going to have us choose to take 2 pink. And then I'm going to move it down and activate this spot, which is going to be a blue for us. So at least there's that. So that's going to be our working. And now we are going to excavate for the second time this round. We got the 4 golds. We love this one. So we're going to gain a green. We'll gain a pink as well as a red. We will gain a blue. We'll gain a red. Unfortunately, nothing up there, which is blocked now, but that's okay. And then we'll gain another red, bringing us up to that total of 12 again. So that's where we're going to be at before we are crafting, but now we do have quite a lot that we are able to craft with. I think that this necklace is going to be super important for us to make, and we can definitely afford it. So we're going to spend our 3 green gems there, as well as 7 here, bringing our red down to 5. But when this is crafted, we'll also gain a pink. So we were able to do that, and now we definitely want time pieces because those are going to give us extra points. We want another necklace if we're able to do that. But we also want more endgame scoring, and we do have the basic cards available, but other than that, we really only have some endgame scoring options available to us. So this one is 5 points plus the endgame scoring that it gives, and we get points for endgame scoring cards. So I feel tempted for us to purchase this one here. It is a bit expensive for us, but I still think it's going to be worth it. So it is going to cost us 3 of everything. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we paid all of that. We're going to gain this here. And again, we could pay a blue to gain a white, but I think at this point in the game, it's in our best interest to hold on to everything. Should we do it? Do we think we're going to take this one here? We actually could, so why don't we do that? We will spend a blue to gain a white, because I think I'm going to choose to take that one. So that brings us to the end of crafting. We're now exploring. I will take this. We're going to gain a blue here. This one is going to go away. These will slide down. The last two ones are going to come out. And then I will slot this in. Now, how am I going to expand my red? Because unfortunately, I did not clear this rubble here. So I can expand it here. Does that necessarily help me a bunch? Not really, but it's still better. It's still pretty good. So I think I will block this here, which is actually going to gain us blue if this activates as well. So we'll place that down there. And then finally, these cards are going to fill. And with that, we're going on to our final round of the game. So this is it. This is the final round. We will see what we're able to gain. We'll hold on to gems to score for our lowest gem that we have. But again, we're going to keep these sets in mind as well as this endgame scoring. And we're going to see what we're able to wipe with the dice that we choose, because we want to be able to find some necklaces if we're able to do so. So let's see how lucky we are able to get. We will roll these here. Now again, if I choose to take this, that means that the market won't refresh. Sorry, if I choose to take this one. And honestly, this one is really great for me. I'm very, very tempted to take it. But that means that nothing will refresh, and I do want things to refresh. Is taking my rower column worth it? I think so. So I think I'm going to take this one, leaving this behind, meaning that this is going to refresh here. So I'm going to choose to take my row. So we're going to gain a blue, a pink, a red, and then a red and 2 blue. So we'll gain all of that and then cycle these ones through. So this is going to cycle. We'll place 3 new ones out. And we did have a necklace come out as well as some of the timepieces, so that's very lucky for us. So now we're going to go on to working twice. So we will move down to here and use our ability to take 2 gems from our current soil group. And I feel like in the interest of evening everything up, let's just take a green and a red to have everything stay as stable as possible. So we will do that, and then we're going to move down to here to clear this piece of rubble as well. So we're going to end with 4 pieces cleared, and that will gain us a white over here. So we're going to do all of that, and then we're going to roll for the final time and see what we are able to get. So we got the 4. That is the row that we do like activating, so at least there's that for us. But we're going to gain a green. We're going to gain a pink as well as a blue. We are going to gain a blue. We'll gain a red, and unfortunately nothing there, and then another red. So this is where we are going to end up for the end of the game. The only other gems that we're going to get is if we take one from one of these, which I do think we should take this one here, so that's probably what we will end up doing. But let's not think about that now. Let's think about what we want to craft. So again, taking a final look at the cards that we have over here, taking a look at our sets, we do need another necklace as well as a timepiece if we want a set. Now the timepieces are worth 2 points apiece for us, but again, the endgame scoring also helps us. So this is honestly kind of catching my eye, but unfortunately that would deplete us of our diamonds, and we do want some of that endgame scoring as well. So you can see where this is really tricky of what you might choose to craft versus what you might choose to keep and hold on to for scoring for yourself at the end of the game. Okay, so I think our best bet is going to be, let's think this through. Is it what we want to do? I think we should definitely make one of these. This one does feel a bit expensive, so I'm going to create this one. Yes. is it? No, we're going to just make some basic ones. So we're going to create this as well as this, which is going to give us a set. And the reason we're going to do that is because we do want to keep an eye out for our gems for the end of the game, but we are able to spend some. So we will spend our 4 red, so it'll bring us down to 3, meaning that that's likely to be our lowest scoring gem. And then we'll also spend our 3 blue as well. So we created both of these, and we are able to spend up to 2 more points in crafting. But I think as far as our sets are concerned, we now have 2 necklaces, 2 watches, and 3 rings. So I think that is where we are going to want to stop as far as that's concerned. So I think that is where our crafting is going to end. Okay, so I did not yet have us spend a blue to gain a white. So I will spend the blue. No, I don't want to do it. We're going to leave us there. I was going to potentially buy this, but it would cost us 5 green, which would bring us to here. Although we could take this at the end, so we would be at 3. Okay, so you know what? We will do it. We will spend a blue to gain a white, and then we are going to create this one here. So we will spend 1, 2, 3 white, as well as 5 green, bringing this down to 1. But then for the end of the game, we are going to choose to take this here, which is going to gain us 1, and we will place this over here so that our red won't be changing, but we will be increasing this area here for our second largest group. So we'll place that in there, and that is where we're going to end up for endgame scoring for the end of this solo playthrough. So now I'm going to take us through endgame scoring first, and then we'll see what other achievements we were possibly able to accomplish as well. So we are going to have points from the cards that are directly printed on them. We're going to have any of those cards that gave us endgame scoring for some additional points as well. We're going to have our set collection for having the 3 types for each set, and then we're also going to be able to score for our rock types that are in our mine. So taking a look at the jewelry that we were able to craft, these are all endgame scoring ones, and you are going to get the points that are just on the cards, plus we're going to get 4 for each of our sets. So here we have 10, 16, 18, 19, plus 2 sets, which is going to be 8 points total, bringing us to 27. This is going to bring us to 32, 33, 34, 36, but then after that we're going to get the end game scoring as well. So 36, plus we're going to get 2 for each set, bringing us to 40. This is going to give us 2 for each necklace, which is going to be a total of 4 points, so 44. We're going to get 2 for each of these as well, bringing us to 48. We're going to get 1 for each of our rubble removed from the mine, bringing us to 52. And then finally, this is 2 for each endgame scoring card, and we have here 5 of them, meaning that's going to bring us to 62. So that's everything that we are going to be getting for our cards that are in front of us. We'll get 1 for our lowest gem, that's bringing us to 64. And then you're going to get 2 points for your largest rock type group, and then 1 point for your second largest. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 from that as well. And with that, we were able to come out with 94 points for ourselves. So with 94 points, that would get us a certain amount of gems for the solo mode. So taking a look here, 90 to 99 is going to be 7 gems. So we were able to get 7 for that. But then there are also different achievements as well where we'll gain 1 extra. So for jewelry achievements, craft 6 plus pieces of the same jewelry type. We were not able to do that. There's Leapfrog, craft only basic and artisan jewelry. We did not do that either. Picky customers, spend no diamonds on jewelry. We did do that. We spent the diamonds, so we did not get that accomplishment. Matchy, nothing that isn't part of a jewelry set. Unfortunately, we don't have that either. So for the jewelry achievements, we did not do that great, but don't worry because we did better for other ones. So for the mining achievements, we have Dirt Mover, have 4 or fewer rock groups in your mine. Unfortunately, we do not have that. These are quite a few over here. Rubble Rouser, have 4 or 5 remaining rubble. but we currently only have one remaining. We do have cover all starting rock spaces. We were two away from that. Have at least one row with all of the same rock type. Unfortunately, we were not able to do that either. I thought we did better for mining, but we did not gain these achievements. But we do have rock column, have at least one column with the same rock type, and we do have that here. So that would gain us an additional gem for our solo scoring as well. And then finally for gem achievements, there's gem collector. Have 5 or more gems of the gem type you have the least of. Unfortunately, we only have 2. Have 5 or fewer gems remaining. Purple plucker, have 10 or more purple remaining, we were kind of close, or white wrangler, have 10 or more white remaining. So as you can see, those are the achievements that you were trying to accomplish, and if you were specifically going for them, you were able to, but you can see for us, it was pretty difficult for us to accomplish certain things. Now, the solo mode of River Valley Jewelcraft is going to feel peaceful while it also feels urgent as you reach the end of the game, where you're trying to accomplish points, and points in this game can be pretty hard to come by. Sometimes pieces of jewelry that are very useful for you aren't going to have that many victory points, or the ones that have points for you aren't really going to provide anything else and can be pretty expensive. So you're going to be working with these different jewelry that you are trying to build out, but as some of you may know, I was a pretty big fan of the River Valley Glassworks solo mode, where that I think packs a great punch for you as a solo player, whereas River Valley Jewelcraft I do prefer as a multiplayer game. I think that it can shine in both ways, and this was engaging, and this solo mode is a great way to play throughout the game, and I do highly suggest playing with the advanced characters when you are doing so, because they're just a lot more fun. They pack more of a punch where you're able to accomplish more. As you saw, we were using that special ability to activate within our terrain area and gain gems for ourselves. So I do suggest playing with the advanced characters, but for me personally, this is one where I would prefer to play with multiplayer as opposed to the solo mode, but I did still find the solo mode quite fun. So with that, you can check out the link down below for the current crowdfunding campaign so you can see everything that AllPlay has planned. This has been a solo playthrough of River Valley Jewelcraft. I've been Professor Meg. Thank you all for watching the Board Game Co channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!